Okay, home again, jiggity jog. 28 miles, 46 minutes, 256 watt hours per mile. This afternoon was a very interesting drive, and I think I need to rearrange some stuff before I record this. So let me do that, and then I'll get back to you. All right. Yay, it's raining. For some of you, that may not be all that big a deal, but it was raining this morning, it's raining this afternoon, and it's raining now. It's 5:48. But hey, that's good news. We could use the rain here in Central Texas. All right, so because it was raining this afternoon, that's why I separated the gym separate from the back from the gym. Right, because they're very different drives. All right, so it starts off with I took a swim at the gym in the pool, obviously, and I look outside and well, it looks a little bit gray, but it's okay. I mean, it's not raining yet, so I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be in luck. I'm going to make it out to the car just in time. And maybe on the way home it'll rain on me. Well, timing was a little bit off. When I came out of the gym, yes, it was raining. Now it was a light rain, so I just walked to the car, no big deal. Okay. I mean, it wasn't heavy, but there was some ponding on the roads and ponding in the parking lot. So maybe a heavier rain had come through before I came out of the gym. I'm guessing it must have been. Okay. So given that rain tends to cause a problem for people from Austin, I mean, we're not used to that stuff. And it's been a long, dry summer. Okay. So I decided that today I'm going to go up Jollyville and go cut across in Duval. So as I approach Duval, FSD on. Did that message come out already? So a lot of this afternoon. So let me go with this part. So FSD was reporting that FSD may be degraded. Okay, I mean, I spent a lot of time in South Texas, so I'm kind of used to rain showers. I actually spent a lot of time in Florida, so yes, I'm very used to rain. And the rain that was falling on my windshield, I would describe as a light rain. But the message FSD may be degraded seemed to be associated with what Tesla thought was heavy, or I think it said heavy weather. Okay. Now, like I said, there was ponding on the road, so yes, I'll admit that maybe with that ponding, maybe there was a heavy rainstorm that came through. Wouldn't be a surprise. But it wasn't heavy at that time. Okay, so here's where I'm going. I think the message indicating that there may be a degradation of FSD abilities may have more to do with a general weather report as opposed to the rain conditions on the car itself. Right? I don't think the message came out because, oh look, there's a few drops on the windshield. No, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a general weather report. Okay, whatever. As I come across Duval and get ready to go up on US 183, I'm kind of taking it slow, not slow. I'm looking up at the highway and noticing that some of the traffic seems to be moving fairly slow, which bothers me. I don't want to be caught in slow traffic. I mean, from my perspective, what's the big concern? Okay. Now, I would like to think that most people who are watching this video either have a Tesla or are interested in getting a Tesla, or they have some other EV. So this is probably no big deal to most people, most of you all. What it looks like to me is, so my Tesla feels ground. I mean, I have a Model 3 Performance. It feels grounded. Feels like you'd roll through almost anything. So I don't feel like I have any kind of problem. But a lot of these people are going like, oh, what is that? Oh no. Okay, like I said, there's some ponding on the roads. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just driving through it. So anyway, so in some ways you might interpret what I'm saying as I'm bad-mouthing ICE cars. Oh, let's face it, some of those cars are old. Okay? They're old, for lack of a better word, beaters. And one of the vehicles going slow for me is a Ford Econovan panel truck. So I know that's old. It turns out he's the one that's kind of backing up traffic. Okay, anyway, going back. So FSD on to go up Duval. I don't think there was any real problem there. Coming up, I initially brake because I'm pondering what my alternatives are to going slow on US 183. I don't know. So anyway, then I noticed, well, there are some open spots. Okay, maybe it's not quite as bad as I think it is. And to be fair, it's really not. It's just the fact that I'm in the outside lane, and that's where this Econoline panel truck is driving. And because of the weather and the traffic, it doesn't really feel safe to move over to the left. Right? I mean, it's just not. It's not there. That's fine. We're heading up to the exit. It's a mile and a half away. No big deal. We'll survive. So while we're driving along on 183, for a short temporary time, well, it's not temporary. It's a permanent lane opening, but so there's a lane that opens up for half a mile, whatever it is, where it turns out there's some water ponded on their side of the road, and when one car goes through it, it throws up essentially a sheet of water onto my windshield, which temporarily blinds me. Okay, I'm not too worried about it because I know that the wipers will come up and wipe it off. Okay, but so I brake to just make sure I'm not going too fast here. Okay, as it turns out, Tesla sends up a message saying that AutoSteer had a system problem. I'm not sure what that meant. I mean, brake on FSD off should not be a big deal. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it unless Tesla calls me up and says, hey, I saw you got a message. We better check it out. Okay, fine, go check it out. I can do that. Anyway, whatever. So we're coming up on the exit for Lakeline Mall Drive. So as usual, when we get to the traffic light, FSD wants to move over to the middle lane. Brake on, FSD off. No, we're not going to do that. Why? We're going to turn left up ahead. Why do you want to go in the middle lane and then have to come across traffic again? Stay in the lane that's going to get you to the turn. I mean, why fight the traffic? On top of that, What? What's that? Oh, there's a truck there, a pickup. Did you look to see if there's a pickup there? There is a pickup there. I mean, there's traffic. Why are you going to fight the traffic for what purpose? Just stupid. It's just stupidity. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. FSD stays off until we turn on to Lakeline Boulevard. Lakeline Boulevard? Yeah. Okay. Actually, I leave FSD off along here. So, FSD is not the fastest reacting system. Okay. There are some cases where it might react quickly, but maneuvering through traffic is not something it does quickly. It doesn't. At least not in my experience. I mean, you could maybe you can show me how it's different. Although maybe you have some version that's different than 11.4.4. I don't know. So it's far easier for me to maneuver through traffic, human driver. Let's not fight about it. Let's just say this is where it is. It is what it is. Okay. Interestingly enough, so I'm bad-mouthing the ICE vehicles, right? There's a Mach-E that's kind of following me for a ways through here. Maybe he thought that I had the good line. Yeah, I do have the good line. I am managing to maneuver the car through traffic fairly effectively. Although after a while, I'm like, yeah, I'm coming up on a left turn. I need to stay left. I'm not even sure what happened to that Mach-E, but it almost looked like he was going, oh, let me show you, I can keep up with you. I don't know. Maybe he just said, oh, that guy knows what he's doing, I'm going to follow him. Either way. It's just interesting that the one car that's keeping up me is a Mach-E. Right? I find that interesting. Okay. So what do we have left? The rain's coming to an end. Alright, so by the time I'm on Lakeline, the rain on my windshield looks kind of like this. It's pretty light. FSD, when I put on FSD, it's still reporting that FSD may be degraded. Okay, whatever. Just to keep things the same, all the way up till the point where I'm going to turn on to 1431, I leave FSD off. Okay, I make the turn on to 1431. So with some opening in the traffic, those people who have been frustrated and want to go fast are finally going faster. And they're to the point where, no, I don't want a Tesla passing me. Okay, hey, like I said before, if you want to win, go win. Don't wait for me. Go. I actually want to have my own space for driving. Thank you. But anyway, whatever. FSD on 1431. Some stupid traffic, but no big deal. Yes, I think everything's fine throughout here. Okay, so coming up on the magical Tesla traffic light. I mean, I'm finally kind of by myself. There's a car coming up behind me, but I'm kind of by myself. So I partially allow Tesla to FSD to do what it wants to do. And what does it want to do? Stopping for traffic signal. Am I saying traffic light previously? Traffic light, traffic signal, what's the difference? I don't know. Anyway, it pops up the message. There you go. You got to see. That's the best you can do today. It's funny how eastbound it seems to be fairly good, and westbound is consistently failing. I don't know. I don't know why there's a difference between these two places. I mean, it's the same intersection. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. So going down the hill into the valley before Destination Way, the car does its typical switch to the inside lane. Cool, awesome. I'm okay with that. When we get up to the turn lane for Destination Way, FSD does indeed do its now common routine, and that is left turn signal line, move to the turn lane. Okay, I have no mood for any of this. Brake on, FSD off, move back into the traffic lane. Now, the poor FSD person who gets my message, because I'm sort of screaming. I'm tired of this. I am. Right? It's not that the human driver said this is the place to turn. It's not that navigation said this is the place to turn. It's only FSD, California Road Rager. He's the one who decided this is the place to turn. And he's doing it wrong. Right? Sit him in the corner, put a dunce hat cap on his head, and don't let him back up. Come on, man. Okay, whatever. So we're behind one car as we roll up to the green light for Loman Ford left turn. It's just a green light, it's not a green arrow. But there's no cars coming the other way, so we're clear to go. So the car in front of us goes, and then we go. Interestingly enough, the car in front of us, he really wants to go into the shopping plaza to the right, but he's having a hard time figuring out how to navigate to there. So we have to wait for him to figure it out. Okay, not a problem. FSD's handling it. Then we go up Loman Ford. There's actually, so there's a pickup who has decided that, is it a pickup or is it a Toyota? I've forgotten which one it is. It doesn't matter. He's kind of like, it's a Toyota. Anyway, he's going like, I'm going the same speed as you. I could pass you any moment I want to. Well, then go ahead. Why are you hanging around? Right? I mean, you can go faster, you can go slower. Either way is fine. I don't care. But he wants to stay next to me. Now, as it turns out, he's going right onto Dawn Drive. So maybe they're going to go pick up a kid. Who knows? It's just kind of weird. And then there's a white SUV behind me who's close enough to, like, hey, I'm really in a rush, but he's not. There's no place to pass me, and there's actually no room for me to get over, so there's nothing you can do. You're stuck. Too bad. All right. So as we're rolling up to Dawn Drive, FSD does an initial brake. Now, I know what he's braking for. He's looking up at the traffic light, seeing that the last car in line there is kind of stopped. That's the reason for initial brake, so it makes sense. Okay, fine. Oh, did I mention? No, I didn't, did I? So, around Jonestown, almost all rain is gone. There might be an occasional drop on the windshield. So FSD is no longer degraded. Okay, so that's good. All right, so anyway, we seem to pick up some slow-moving vehicles on Loman Ford. it appears like one of the lead cars, they're turning into the high school eventually. So maybe it's somebody going to pick up their kid, and maybe they shouldn't be out driving. Possible. But I've already done enough judgment about that stuff. Okay. The turn on Boggy Ford is a little bit slow to get over into the turn lane, but he does it. And like always now, the magical Tesla traffic zone of 30 miles per hour does apply. So as usual, accelerator and scroll wheel to keep the speed up. No big deal. And the turn onto American, although it's slow, the car handles it. I don't get why all of a sudden it's not all of a sudden. It's been for over a week now. It's just slows way down for that turn on American. I get it's what is it? It's like 100-degree angle or something like that. Am I saying that right? Anyway, so it's not perpendicular. Anyway, whatever. That's fine. So everything else is fine. I've already mentioned. Before I was going like, well, I'm not going to give you a C today because actually it's not that bad. So the real messages I want to send here is, I think FSD is looking at the weather report. I shouldn't say weather report, but the closest weather reporting station for what the weather is. Not the rain on the windshield. I mean, I could be wrong, but there wasn't that much rain on my windshield. Okay? So if you're going like, well, but it looks perfectly fine, what's the problem? And maybe that's somewhere, maybe wherever the closest reporting weather station is. I shouldn't say weather station, but weather reporting place. Or is it a station? I don't know. My father used to run one of those when we were in the valley. And it was just a box, right? He just went out and recorded from the box. Now it's automated. You don't have to go out and record. Whatever. So that may explain part of what's going on there. And yes, I feel sorry for all you guys who, for whatever reason, aren't able to get an electric car, an EV. Because my Tesla handled the weather just fine. The guy in that Mach-E behind me, he was handling the weather just fine. So I mean, if we're the only two people on the road, we would go in the speed limit. Or actually, in Mach-E, maybe go faster. I don't know. Okay? So I feel sorry for you guys. Stuck there in your big pickups who are not safe in this weather. Right? And message about the weather reporting. So there you go. Was there anything else? No. So there are Tesla people who talk about complaining about the automatic wipers. No, my wipers work just fine today. I mean, they're supposed to be wiping their windshield, right? So what's the problem? However, on a dry day, if your windshield wipers come on, that's probably an indication that your camera up above your rear view mirror may have some kind of blockage. So next time you pull over, see if you need to clean that part of the windshield. It doesn't matter what you can see out your windshield. It's whether or not the camera can see out. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. So I don't know. I'm struggling with, do I want to give it a C? And I'm tempted to say I don't really want to, but let's do that. We'll give it a C plus. I mean, considering the conditions, the car did well. I am a little disappointed that a little bit of rain is causing FSD to report that it's degraded. I mean, I know from personal experience, in places where I couldn't see, FSD could see much better than me. So I'm not. Come on, FSD, you can do it. Anyway, there you go. The grade for today is a C. FSD, when I had FSD on, it worked great. It's just with the traffic the way it was kind of a problem. Anyway, onward, upward charge.